I think we're probably fairly typical of this size of farming operation in the foothills, in that we exist almost entirely on land we don't own. I think much of what you've seen today, the farms that you've been to today, are owned by the people that operate them. But those of us who did not have the fortune to inherit the farms that we're operating really can't afford to compete with the other uses for large tracts of land in Placer County. And so we look at leases as our opportunity. We're also fairly typical, unlike some of our larger colleagues in other parts of the region, in that our focus from a marketing standpoint is almost entirely local. Rather than being concerned with feeding the world, we're concerned with feeding our community. And I think that's probably the future of agriculture, at least in Placer County, where we'll be looking at opportunities for direct marketing. We also, and I'll talk about this in a little bit, are very committed to ensuring that there's somebody behind us who knows how to farm and ranch and take care of the woods. I think one of the biggest challenges that we face in all of agriculture, whether it's in this region or throughout the state, is the fact that a bald guy like me is typically the youngest farmer in the crowd when I go to a meeting. The average age of a farmer in Placer County is in excess of 57 years, and 2/3 of the farmers in Placer County are 65 years or older. We've skipped about 2 generations of people that know how to work the land, and I think that's a pretty frightening prospect for us. The other thing that I think is encouraging in the fact that I'm not the only one making this transition, but we are currently transitioning to this being my full-time job. And I think that's a trend in the foothills, particularly among operations the size of ours, that is encouraging as well. Again, you can make a comfortable living on 500 to 600 acres, and I think that's a relatively recent redevelopment in agriculture here.